Hey everybody. Sorry I am so late. I'm like 20 minutes late. Um it seems like every time I'm about to go live, something happens with either my printer or my cutter or something. I don't know. But hey everybody, welcome to Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm going to start off by kind of doing some housekeeping rules and explaining what I do here on my live. Basically, I craft in real time, I answer questions in real time. I like to do this once a week. It gives people the opportunity to kind of interact with me, ask questions. I'm not always able to answer questions on videos. I try to answer every single question, but sometimes between TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, sometimes I miss a question here or there. So lives give people the opportunity to ask me questions in real time and get their answers in real time. So this is very interactive. I do talk to the chat, I read the comments, things like that. I don't get straight to the point. I may have a story time. One of my machines may stop working, something. Okay, this is not pre-recorded, so everything that's happening is happening in real time. Okay. If you are looking for some content, I don't have any LokLik content on my channel as of yet. This is the first video that I'm doing. So just go search somebody else's video. But this is what we're doing today, you guys. We are working with the LokLik cutting machine that they sent me, and it's gonna be okay. But I am going to start off by saying that I am doing a bling template. However, I'm not cutting it with the LokLik, just because I can tell based off of some of the other cuts that I've done with this machine that the vinyl is going to go very slow, and I don't have all night. So I already did cut out the file on my Siser Romeo, and we are going to bling that template. I'm going to give away the shirt that I do tonight. And I'm using a new color, which I'm not even sure if it's on the site as of yet, but I do have a new color I'm trying tonight as well. So some of the things about the LokLik, what we're going to be cutting tonight is glitter vinyl, puff vinyl, and we're going to do a printing cut. So I'm going to do 3 different shirts. The rhinestone template, the rhinestone shirt, I'm going to give that one away. And then I'm going to do a file with some glitter and puff on a shirt. And then I'm going to do a print and cut shirt as well. We're going to go into the software. I'm going to show you the software, how to use it, all those things. First thing I need to do, though, is finish brushing in my template. I did only brush in the outline, so I do have to brush in the inside of it as well. Let me put my laptop on the charger. And I'm going to give my honest opinion about the LokLik. I like it. And we're going to talk about the price as well, because it definitely comes in. And matter of fact, I forgot to write it down, so give me 1 second. I wrote down the price of the Cricut. I wrote down the price of the Explorer, the Maker 3, and the Siser Juliet, which would be comparable cutting machines, but I forgot to write down this one. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have already checked out the description box. This, the LokLik is normally $229.99. So $230. You know what? First off, let me say hello to everybody. I'm just jumping right in. I ain't even say hello to nobody. Let me scroll up. How rude. How rude. Okay, I had to scroll a lot, so I'm probably going to be scrolling back down in a minute. Hey CJ Spice, how are you? Thank you for coming. Hey Shay Shay. Oh, every time I see the green names, I always get reminded. I did put today's rhinestone file in the community tab for my members. Okay. Last week somebody was asking me how to join the channel. I believe you have to join my channel on a laptop. I don't think you can join my channel on your phone. Or if you have like an iPad Pro, I think you can join it there. But you would go to my YouTube channel, and there is a join button for you to be able to join my membership if that's something that you want to do. But I try to once a week, one to two times a week, make sure that I give my community tab or my members a file. I'm trying to see. Yes, so it's on the join. I mean, the join is on the homepage of. Let me see if I can share my screen and show you. Let me go to present, share screen. Okay, so this is my, like, if you go to the homepage on my YouTube channel on my laptop. If you go over here, you'll see the word join. That is how you join my channel, join the membership on my channel. I don't believe that is available on a cell phone, and I'm not sure if you can join on an iPad. I think it has to be like an iPad Pro maybe, or a certain version. I'm not 100%. E says you can join on the phone. How do you do it on the phone, you guys? I don't even know how to do it on the phone. Don't give me the line. I'm looking at my phone to see if I can figure out how to. I don't know. I don't know how to do it, so I'm like having a hard time telling you guys how to do it. I know how to do it on the laptop for sure, but I guess you can do it on your phone. But if you're not able to locate it, I know some people can, some people say they can't, but if you can't, go onto a laptop or desktop or something like that, and it's just a join button right here. But nonetheless, I did make this. The Sweetheart Rhinestone template file is available for my members in the community tab. Hey Shay Shay, hey Linda, hey Kawanda, hey Diane, hey Porgy, hey Sharon. How is everybody? Hey Robin. What are you guys working on tonight? Hey Felicia. CJ Spice, I've never used a Silhouette. Well, let me stop lying. I do have a Silhouette Pro. I used it like 3 times and then I quit. So I don't necessarily remember my Silhouette Siser. I mean my Silhouette Siser, my Silhouette Pro cutter. But I would say between Cricut and Juliet, it's more like Cricut. The software is kind of like Cricut as well. Hey Monique. Hey Delonda, how are you? Hey Sharon, hey Minerva, how is everybody? Hey Creative Notions. Hey Arlene. Hey Nawan. Hey, our Lovelanders. Hey, Demspool, how are you? Hey, Jan. Okay, I'm going to scroll kind of faster now. Hey, Shamika. If anybody has any questions, you guys, I do like to look through the chat to make sure I answer questions. Even if I missed it before I get off, I'll go back just to make sure I didn't miss anything. If for whatever reason I do ask multiple times, if you're looking for a specific answer from me, otherwise, people in the chat are very, very knowledgeable. Okay. I know somebody in the chat will get the answer to your question, or one of my admins will drop a link. I mean, they're on it pretty much all the time. Not even just the admin, just everybody in the chat is just very, very knowledgeable. We're a very generous and giving community for sure. So you gonna get your question answered for sure. And y'all received my t-shirt that I wanted so pretty in person. I love it. I'm glad you love it. Okay, I don't see any questions. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down. If you did have a question and I missed it, please ask it again. Oh, I have a lot to say about this, about embroidery, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It said, okay, so they're saying on the phone it's right next to the bill. Maybe it's because I'm watching my own live, but I don't see it. Okay. So I'm gonna get started in talking about the LokLik. Okay. So LokLik LokLik. This is basically a sister company to Htvront. They work hand in hand. The same person who sent me the Htvront auto press is the same person who sent me the LokLik. So they work together. Okay. Literally it was the exact same person. I've only worked with one person. And she's amazing and I love her. But yeah, it's the same person. So it's basically a sister company, or I don't know if it's the exact same company or if they just literally just kind of work together. Like, you know how you have a business and then you got two branches under the one business? I think it's like that. For those who are kind of confused about the relationship between LokLik and Htvront. But they did send me this craft cutting machine. Now, I will say when I took this thing out the box, it is so light. Like shockingly light. It's one of the lightest machines I have in my office. I mean, even lighter than my Enor tumbler press or my craft go-to craft tumbler press. Like, it's lighter than that. Like, it is so light. And I love that, because with all these machines and things like that, like trying to move them around, and if you have to, like, God forbid, you have to rearrange, you breaking your back moving all this stuff. But that LokLik is so light. So that was the very first thing. Obviously, the very first thing I noticed when I took it out the box, how light it was. Like, I almost, because I went to pick it up with a lot of strength, like assuming it was heavy. And so when I picked it up, I went to like pick it up heavily, and it just flew up, because I tried to lift it with so much force, but it didn't, require that much force. So if you get this and you get it out the box, be warned, it's light. It is light. But the price of this is normally $229.99, so $230. Right now, they did give me a coupon code to give you $60 off, bringing it down to $169.99. And that coupon code is available through January 31st. Okay. Let me double check that date. Yep, January 31st. And the code is Angel60. It is, I'm 100% sure it is in my description box. Yep, it's in my description box. So code Angel60 for $60 off, taking it from $229 to $169. Okay. So you got to click the link in my bio, and you have to make sure when you're going to check out, you put Angel 60. So there's that. Now, the price, I'm going to talk about the price with the code. I mean, even without the code, it still comes in less than all of the other cutters that I looked up. So I looked up Cricut. I would say this is the most comparable to Cricut. It reminds me of a Cricut more than it does Siser. And I don't have too much experience with the Silhouette, so I'm not really going to talk about Silhouette. I'm just going to talk about Siser and Cricut. Those are the two machines I've used the most. And the Siser Juliet, which is the same size, is $399.99. And the Explorer is $249, and the Maker 3 is $349. So even without the coupon code, it still comes in $20 less than the Explorer. And then with my coupon code, it's $80 less. So if you're interested in this, I would definitely take advantage of the coupon. Otherwise, I mean, it's still less. Even at $229, it's still less than all of the other cutters. Why do I keep wanting to say colors? It still comes in less than all of the other cutters as well. So that's the price point. Let's start blinging a little bit, and then I want to talk about, well, I want to brush in this this template, and then I'm going to show you the software, and we're going to talk about it. The software, it's very easy. I will say it's user friendly. There's just the little things I think that they need to work out. That's all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do like this because I don't have my other phone. I had to give it to Levi. But this is the Sweetheart template that I'm doing. So I don't know if you guys saw my other live where I was doing the Sweetheart file with the Htvront sublimation HTV, and then I used the infusible ink on top of it. I turned that file into a rhinestone template. So this is the outline. I did already brush this in. I just wanted to test my template, make sure it brushed in good. So I do have my outline already brushed in. But for the other colors, which is the word sweet, the word heart, and then the hearts down here, for the outline, I used Icy Crystal. I cannot wait to put this on this black shirt, but I used Icy Crystal for the outline. These bling so hard. Okay, I use Icy Crystal for the outline. For the word sweet, I think I'm going to go, y'all, I was really tussling with the two colors for this one because for the red, I want to put the red on the hearts, and I am using Icy Candy Apple. I haven't used this one yet, and I'm excited. Shay, I don't have Icy Pink. Oh, this Icy Candy Apple. I was going back and forth between Icy Candy Apple or Royal Candy Apple, but I'm going to try this one because I haven't used this one yet. So this is going to be for the hearts. For the inside of the words, I think I'm going to do Beauty Berry for sweet. And I think I'm going to do a Violet Volcano for the word heart. And then the red is going to be on the hearts, and that's going to be the Icy Candy Apple. I wanted to do red and red and red and red, but I'm like, nah, Angel, it's too much red. So I'm not going to red it out. But I wanted to use Royal Candy Apple and Icy Candy Apple. And it was another one I wanted to use too. I think it was Icy. What's the other one I wanted to use? Oh, this Icy Crimson. I couldn't decide between Icy Crimson and Icy Candy Apple. Oh, what y'all think? This is like a deeper. I think the Icy Candy Apple. The Crimson's just a little deeper. I think the candy apple. I didn't want to use all them reds on one shirt, but I do want to use them all, but I don't. But I do, but I don't. Come on, painter's tape. I'm running out of painter's tape. Y'all, this would be the first time, like, ever running out of painter's tape. Like, ever. I have bought so much painter's tape when I first started blinging, or just when I first started doing sublimation, because I was using painter's tape on my tumblers. So I have bought so much of it. That was literally like 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. And I'm just now about to run out. No such thing as too much red. Okay. If I missed any questions, go ahead and re-ask them, because now I'm looking at the chat. So about this embroidery machine. So the other night, who was live? I think it was Patrice and Marilyn, and then also Eve last night. Now I fell asleep on Eve because, you guys, I had such I have been having an allergic reaction to something literally for like the last 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, like to the point I was in the urgent care. And they gave me some medicine and told me that, oh, we'll give you the medicine. It should, whatever the allergy was should go away. Yeah, well, it's been almost 2 weeks now, and I keep having, like, it'll be like every 4 to 6 hours I'll break out in hives all over my upper body. And so that was happening last night when Eve was live. So I took a Benadryl, I took some prednisone, and I basically passed out. So I fell asleep on Eve, but I did rewatch the rest of her live this morning. But I was basically buying up everything in Patrice and Delanda's lives, the links. So I got a whole bunch of different stabilizers. I got some scissors. I got some needles. I got, I got a whole bunch of stuff. It's like 2 bags of stuff, and it all got delivered between like Saturday and Sunday. The stuff that I didn't get from Patrice and Delanda's lives, or I think Bias had said something about some sticky something. I was unbiased. Do you have, I didn't see her here. I don't know if she's here or not. If you're in the bushes, do you have a link to that? Because she was the one who suggested it. I was trying to use her link to purchase it. If so, what's the name of the video that's linked in so I can go use your Amazon link? I need all my friends to get their coins when I buy stuff. But this is Beautyberry. Y'all, this Beautyberry is so pretty. I say that about all the colors. But yeah, I was buying up all the stuff. So I think I have pretty much almost everything I need to get started. And y'all, it's 2 flock dots in here. Give me 1 second. I need my tweezers. I do think I have pretty much everything to go ahead and unbox and do, a full complete project. So I'm going out of town this Friday, from Friday to Monday morning, and then I'm going out of town again the following Thursday to Friday to Wednesday. I don't know. So it might have to be when I come back from out of town that I unbox it, unless I can steal a day like sometime this week. Oh, hold on, y'all. That is my ticky-tacky alarm. Give me 1 second. I gotta post my TikTok. But yeah, I think I have everything I need to go ahead and unbox. And I'm gonna unbox it one of these days. I'm just not sure which day, because I want to be able to sit down, unbox it, and do like one full complete project uninterrupted. And the way my life is set up, I'm always interrupted. Levi was just up here literally 20 minutes before I went live. That's another reason why I was late. The way my life is set up. Oh, nope, that one is too small. Hold on. Hey, Unbiased. I was just talking about you. You were the one who had suggested the sticky stabilizer, and I was wondering, what's the name of the video on your channel that is linked under, so I can make sure I purchase it from your link. That's the only one I don't have. I have the mesh stabilizer. I have black stabilizer. I have some stabilizer sheets. I got scissors. I got needles. I got bobbin. The only thing I don't have was that sticky stabilizer you had suggested. Oh my God. Okay, we're good. All right, now I'm gonna brush in the other side. And I'm gonna do this one in Violet Volcano. So it's gonna kind of be like a mix of purplish, pinkish, reddish, which I think are all, really good Valentine's Day colors. I like mixing in purple with pink and red. I just think like it's a good little kind of color that gives it some dimension, because pink and purple are really close to me. And pink and red are really close to me in color. So I like to add in a little bit of purple just to give it some dimension and some contrast. There's an orange in here. Do y'all see that? It looks like topaz. What is that doing in there? What are you guys working on? No, not gross. They're close, like close in colors. Yeah, when you put them next to each other, depending on the shade, they just kind of look really like sometimes if you see designs that use like a certain shade of pink and a certain shade of red, it almost kind of makes the design look like not legible because the colors kind of blend and mesh together. Unless you do like a dark red and a light pink. But like the Valentine's Day pink and red that people tend to use, I just think it's really close in shade. So I like to add in a little bit of either, like depending on like the glitter and puff file I'm going to use, I'm adding in a little bit of black. So I'm going to use pink, red, and black is going to be the color that kind of gives it a little bit of contrast or dimension to break it up a little bit so it's easier on the eyes. I'm brushing in the template you shared with us. Oh man, I just got over being sick. I hope you feel better, Delonda. There's some nasty little bugs going around. I was like really going through it on Friday. I was like sick on top of breaking out in hives every 4 hours. I also, like, my stomach was hurting so badly. And I got 4 school age kids. So Gavin's in daycare. And oh gosh, I swear it was like for 2 months straight, Gavin was just not sick, but just runny nose. Like it never stopped running. It wasn't until one day I got on TikTok and I saw this nurse. She did this nasal rinse on her 2-year-old with this syringe, because I've seen the little machines that they do, but I tried the machine when my kids were younger and it just did not work. I couldn't get the machine to stay lined up with their nose, so it just never worked. And then that little booger sucker thing, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I can't. I have like a texture problem. I can't suck no boogers out of nobody's nose. I can't do it. I will. I'm about to gag even talking about it. That's so gross. I can't do it. So no, the little booger sucker, not doing that either. So I got on TikTok one day and I saw a lady had a syringe. It was like it was a syringe made specifically for noses. Like it wasn't pointy like a normal syringe. It was like curved, so it fit right on a toddler's nostril. It was specifically made for a toddler nostril. And she had an Amazon link, so I hopped right on Amazon, bought that little syringe, and the little saline packets came with it. And I did it to Gavin, and ever since then, that was maybe like a month ago, I did it. Ever since then, his nose has been cleared up. But that daycare keeps his nose running. The only one who doesn't get sick often, Zay doesn't, my oldest doesn't get sick that often, but when he does get sick, it's bad. Levi's the only one who doesn't catch things at school first. They do a pretty good job, and I'm not sure if it's because he's in an ASD class and they kind of keep them separate anyway. But anytime he gets sick, it's because somebody at home got him sick. Like, he never comes home from school sick. He gets sick because one of his brothers got him sick. The ones who bring the sickness home is Xavier, the oldest, or Gavin, the youngest. So I'm constantly, I got my eye on them too. If they even sneeze wrong, you have to go in your room and close that door and spray that Lysol when you get in there, because I cannot take it anymore, the sickness. Well, Gavin can't spray the Lysol, but I do put him in his room with the baby gate. All his little snacks, all his little shows, all his little toys, I just pile them up in his room. What did you put on the back? On the back of what? On the back of here? Like the little template? This is the backing to the paper. So when you use the KTM mask, the actual tape comes with the backing. And I just peel the taping off, pick up the stones, and then lay it back down on the backing that it came with until I'm ready to press it. It's just the backing to the transfer tape. This color is going to look so good on that black shirt. And the outline is the icy crystal. So it's going to be the icy candy apple next to the icy crystal. This is going to look amazing. This is going to look amazing. I know I said I was giving it away, but maybe I won't. Just kidding. I am going to give it away. I have too many shirts. I'm getting my some construction work done in our master bathroom. Basically, we are turning, because we have two closets in our master bedroom. One is a walk-in and one is a normal closet, and we're turning the walk-in into the rest of the bathroom, essentially. So we're going to have a bigger bathroom and just the one closet. And I have a whole bunch of stuff in that closet right now, and they're supposed to start next month. So I was just kind of looking at all the stuff and trying to figure out like what I can get rid of. And I was looking at my little section of shirts that I made. The amount of shirts that I have made makes no sense. There's some I haven't even worn yet. Like, I made them, I hung them up, and then I haven't gone back to wear them yet. I've given a whole bunch away. I gave like 2 whole garbage bags away, and I still have at least enough to make 2 more garbage bags of just shirts that I've made. Okay, that's everything is brushed in. So we are going to get into this software, and I'm going to show you kind of the software. I'm going to show you the LokLik software. and things like that. And we'll get our file set up to cut. I'm going to do cut two. Like I said, two of them is going to be, one is going to be vinyl. So it's going to be glitter and puff on the same shirt. And then the other one is a print and cut. All right, so let me share my screen. Okay, so this is the LokLik, what is it called? LokLik Idea Studio. That's what their software is called. LokLik Idea Studio. Now, their software is very, very, very very beginner friendly. Okay. I wouldn't say it's as advanced in terms of designing capability as maybe Cricut or Siser. However, if you are like brand spanking new to crafting and you're just trying to learn, you're just trying to get some basic print and cut images or vinyl onto a shirt, LokLik will work for you. Or if you just need, like, let's say you already have a Cricut or you already have a Juliet and you just need another cutter to kind of speed up your production. You're cutting vinyl or you're cutting whatever, right? And you just want another machine to help kind of speed up your production so you can have them both going at the same time. This, if you're just cutting some basic things like vinyl, this would definitely work for you as well. Again, it doesn't necessarily have the designing capabilities that I would say Cricut or Silhouette or Leonardo have. Kind of just basic, very beginner. Okay. So I'm going to go up to file here. I'm going to go to upload. And I'm going to bring in my file. So this is the file that I'm going to do in glitter and puff. I'm going to do the black outline will be glitter. Love You More is going to be glitter. And then these red hearts are going to be puff. I'm going to kind of show you how to set up the file. So you bring it in and you just kind of resize it. I'm going to make this pretty large as I can. I might give away this one too, because I did make one already for TikTok and it was really cute. No, I think I am going to give it away because then I'm going to end up with two of the exact same shirt. And I just said I didn't need any more shirts, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give away this one too. Okay, thank you, Unbiased. I'm going to go, I'm going to grab that when I get off the live. I'm going to use your link. Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn. So I'm going to make this as big as I can, which is about 10.95. I'm going to go ahead and when I was cutting this earlier, one thing that I kind of didn't necessarily like was when I was trying to cut it, it doesn't give you the option to move the pieces that you're cutting among the mat. And to me, it just seemed very kind of wasteful. And I'm not sure how to kind of fix that, but I'm going to keep playing with it to see if I can fix it. But here's the file we're going to go ahead and cut. I'm going to do both of them and then I'll go over to the machine and we'll cut both of the images at the same time. But basically when you go to make this, let me go back. You got to make sure it's selected and then you hit make. Again, they don't have like, there's no slicing and things like that. It does look like they have an offset button. It does look like they have a combine button here. So there's a little bit of things that you can do. But again, I do feel like some of the other softwares are just a little bit more advanced in terms of designing abilities. So I'm going to go ahead and use this design that I made. I made this in a different software. And when you select make, basically you got to make sure your device is connected, and then you have your cut, score, foil, and draw, which are some of the same features as Cricut. You do have to select what you're doing. So standard cut would be like vinyl, either HTV or like Oracle, something like that, premium vinyl. And then you have a print and cut. So this is what you would select if you are doing print and cut. This is going to be a standard cut. We're going to be using glitter and puff. So I'm going to hit standard cut. This is where you would select your type or your material load type. So what you're going to be using to cut, you can either use the Smart Materials or a cutting mat. I don't have any Smart Materials, so I'm not sure if this is going to require like Htvront materials or if you'll be able to use maybe like Cricut materials. I'm not for sure. I don't have any I guess what would be considered Smart Materials. I know Cricut has a whole line of their Smart Materials that are separate from like their regular iron-on. I'm actually not sure if Htvront has that too, like a separate iron-on and separate Smart Materials, the way that Cricut does it. Anyways, nonetheless, we're going to use a cutting mat. And then you choose your size, the size of your mat here. I'm going to do a 12 by 12. And then you have to select the cutting groups, and you have to select the parameters for those. So for example, black, purple, and pink are going to be glitter. Red is going to be puff. So puff doesn't need to be cut on the same setting as glitter because it's not as thick. So I'm going to select these 3 colors here, which are going to be my glitter colors. And then I'm going to go down here to select my material parameters. So the type, you have LokLik brand and what they offer. You have Htvront brand and what they offer. You have other. They don't have it specified as Cricut or Siser. It would just be anything other than Htvront or LokLik. I'm going to be using Siser, so I'm going to go under the other tab, and you can, the My Materials is going to be whatever you save, okay? I'm going to go under the other tab because I want to make sure that, because I'm going to use whatever cut settings they suggest. I'm not going to touch them. I want to see what their suggested cut settings do and if there needs to be adjustments made. So I'm going to go under the other tab because I am going to be using Siser glitter and Siser puff. So for those 3 colors I selected, we have to select glitter heat transfer vinyl. And it gives us a message here that says to place the heat transfer vinyl on the cutting mat with the glossy side facing down and mirror the image before cutting. So again, my size is going to be 12 by 12. We're going to leave it on that. And then these are their suggested cut settings here. So the force is on 6.4. It goes all the way up to 11. I'm gonna put it on 9 because I did already cut this file out for another shirt that I made, and it did cut kind of slow. But again, I left it on the 6.4. Now I'm not sure. I would have to ask what they're suggested. So I know, for example, Siser, Patrick has specifically said when you're using a Romeo or a Juliet, there's no need for you to have your speed all the way on. I think 13 is the highest speed. He said that if you use those machines on the highest setting every single time you cut, multiple times a day or every single day, you'll wear the machine down quicker. So he suggested cutting it on like 10, and maybe even a little bit lower depending on what you're cutting. So I will ask and try to get that information to find out what, like if they have kind of the same suggestion. So like I said, I did cut it on 6.4 already, and it did cut really, really slow. So for this one, I'm going to put it up to, again, the highest number is 11. I'm going to put it on 9 just to see if it cuts a little bit faster. I'm going to leave the speed and the passes alone. I'm not going to touch those. And then I am going to make sure the mirror is checked. Now, as you can see, it didn't mirror the red one because it's not cutting it right now because I don't have it selected. What I'm going to actually do is I am going to select it. Just because, oh, let me hit cancel. I'm going to select all of them. When I cut the puff on the glitter setting, it did pretty well. Okay. This was the part that was kind of annoying me a little bit. Now, when you see when I try to add it to task, because you have to, once you get all your settings set up, these red lines here, your image has to be inside of the red lines, even though my design is 10.95 by 11.46. Now I'm cutting it pretty close. But if I was using another machine, I know it would have fit. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want to make it smaller, I want this design to be pretty big on the shirt. I switch my mat from 12 by 12 to a 12 by 24. And now, as you can see, hopefully you guys can see, the image falls within the red lines. Before, it was cutting off right here. So I changed it to a 12 by 24 mat, and now it fits. So I'm going to go ahead and add to task. And then this is how it cuts. You basically go in order. It decides the order you're going to cut it, unless you start down here. The only thing that I don't like about this is that it's going to cut on the mat instead of every piece kind of being, instead of every piece, you see how the word love is at the top of the mat? When I get down here to cut the word you and I place my material on the mat, it's, instead of automatically taking that word you and kind of placing it to the top corner the way that you can do it in some of the other softwares, it's going to cut you right in this exact place on this mat. So I either have to make sure I line this up perfectly so that I'm not wasting material up here, because it's going to cut, you know, it's going to cut right here. So all of the material that would be placed right there would be wasted. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you guys. You'll see it when I cut it. But I don't like that I can't place my colors on my mat the way that I want it to cut. I don't like that. I want to be able to place the piece of the file on the mat where I want it to be. So I'm not wasting my, you know, I'm not wasting my material. So I don't like that they choose where your thing is going to go. And it doesn't even like allow you to alternate your, you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Maybe I'm confusing y'all. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just sounding crazy. But basically this, once we get over to the machine, you would load it. We're going to load it in and press start and it cuts it. Before we go over there, I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to add another page and I'm going to set up the print and cut image as well. So we can cut them both kind of at the same time. So I'm going to go to upload again and I'm going to bring in my print and cut file. which is this one here. Now, this print and cut kind of annoyed me as well, just a little bit. We're gonna select the print and cut, and then I don't have a background on this image. I did already remove it, so I don't have to do any cleaning up or anything like that. I'm gonna go to crop, and it says to select the area that needs to be kept. So I'm gonna take, it turns into a little finger here, and we are going to kind of draw a box around our image to kind of see if we can cut out all this dead space. And then I'm going to select next and let it do its thing. Hey, everybody popping in the bushes. Oh no, that's not the cutter for me. I'm going to I'm gonna ask my lady over at Htvront. I've been writing down some questions as I've been playing with it, just to see if like we can figure out how to combat some of these, like that specifically, the way that it cuts the vinyl on the mat. I'm gonna ask her if there's a way we can, I don't know, maybe I'm not seeing it, maybe I'm not doing it right. Then this is the outline offset. So you can change your offset here if you want to add an offset, if you want to add an inset, anything like that. If you want to change like the cut area, this is where you would do it. I'm not going to touch it because I want it to cut close, and I'm going to go ahead and click design. You guys, I got this image from Etsy, I believe. But yeah, I'm putting this on. I don't have a choice, okay? Because I was going to make it for me, but I don't have a choice but to put this on a youth shirt because you can't do bigger than 8.5 by, I think maybe 14, or 8.5 by 11. And I don't like that either. LokLik, I don't like that. So for this, I was literally trying to figure out, like I was driving myself crazy trying to figure out why I couldn't get this to print on an 11 by 17 sheet of paper. After wasting 2 sheets of paper, I realized you cannot print bigger from this software than 8.5 by, I think, either 11 or 14. So we're going to go up to page setup because you need to have your print border. And the page setup is where you would select your device. You would select your cutting mat, your material size, and then on the print and cut job, you want to check show print border. This is going to make sure that your image is within that print border, because again, you can't use the full mat. You can't use the 11 by 17 with this machine. So this would be good for things like if you're making youth shirts. So I'm making a youth small, and this does fit on a youth small. So I'm making this for my son so he can wear it to school on Valentine's Day. This would be for things like tote bags, stickers, pages of stickers, magnets, 8.5 by 11 sheets of magnets, or like the bookmarks that I made. I haven't tried to cut out the magnet the way that I did with the Cricut, but they did send me 2 blades, so I do think I might be able to cut out the magnet. Maybe I'll try that and let you guys know. But things like that. So you wouldn't be able to do print and cut unless you split it up into 2 pieces of paper. You wouldn't necessarily be able to do like large adult size shirts, print and cut images on adult large just adult shirts, period. Even a small, I mean, an 8.5 by 11 is too small for an adult small shirt. I mean, I barely would even put this on a youth large. So smaller projects like that, definitely not necessarily t-shirts, adult size t-shirts. So I'm going to go ahead and expand my image out all the way to the edges. I want this to be as big as it can possibly be. Hey, Patrice Boo, how are you? Such a cute design. Yes, I got this from Etsy. I'll try to show you guys before I get out of here at the shop I got it from. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and expand this image border to border. I want to make sure I can get it as big as I possibly can. And then I am going to, with it selected, go over to make. Again, you want to make sure that your device is connected. I did do the Bluetooth connectivity, but they also do have a cord as well. So the mode selection, I'm going to choose print and cut. And then as you can see, it did add the registration marks. And then we are going to select start printing. And this is where it's going to take me over to my printer. And that looks, I mean, this heart is a little close, but I think it should cut that just fine. And then I'm going to select print. That was the print preview. And then this is where you're going to select your printer and your settings. Because I'm using Siser Easy Color DTV to do this project. So I'm going to be printing with my Epson Workforce 7710, which is my regular inkjet printer. I'm going to go over to my properties here. I'm going to select borderless printing. The orientation is on portrait. The paper type is going to be premium presentation paper matte. And my quality is on high. This is not mirrored because we are just picking this up and putting it down. We're not flipping it over. So this project is not going to be mirrored. And then I'm going to select OK. And I'm going to select OK again. I do already have my paper in there, so it should be printing. Maybe not. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do the print and cut first, since I've already printed it. I'm going to go ahead and add in my iPad. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I did show you guys how to do everything already. All I'm going to do is hit cut. I mean, push cut and push. Yeah, cut on both of the operations. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my iPad. Another thing about this, you guys, this machine is so quiet. When it comes to sound and when it comes to weight, it's top tier. It's so light and it is so quiet. And I'm gonna let you guys listen to it. You'll be able to hear it. Let me head on over there. And I have my Romeo. I'll use the Htvront. So if I blow a fuse, my bad. I'm gonna use my Htvront. So I'm gonna put this on 310 for 15 seconds. And this is gonna be to do the Siser Easy Color DTV. When I go to do the glitter and the puff, I'm gonna use my Romeo because I need my puff to puff. Right. Okay. But I do already have that on. My Romeo is on 2. Let me put that on 280. I'm actually gonna turn that off for right now because I don't want to blow a fuse. I got my light, I got that light, and I just cut this one off, so I don't want to blow a fuse. Let me look at the chat and make sure I didn't miss any questions. What's everybody working on? Hi, Xavier. Xavier just texted me and said he was watching my live. All right, so here's the print. Let me remove this so y'all. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. But this is the print. Super, super vibrant. This is my regular inkjet, you guys. Can you guys still hear me? Now, I did calibrate this. However, let me quickly kind of show you the buttons. The buttons, again, are also very similar to Cricut. You have your power button. It's a pause button, load button, cut button, and that's it. Yes, you guys can hear me. Okay, great, because I want y'all to hear how quiet this machine is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And right now it's checking the registration marks. This design. It's 8.01 by 7.80. Okay, so it's cutting right now. Can y'all hear it? Angela, my membership is $4.99, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's $4.99, but y'all can't hear nothing. It is so quiet. It is very, very quiet. Like when I was cutting earlier, one of the let me show y'all. I made this shirt earlier, and when it got done cutting this silver part, I didn't even know it cut. Like I pushed cut and then I walked away to go do something else, and I came back and I was like, why didn't it cut out my silver metallic? And I looked at the thing and it said that it was done. I never heard it. I never even heard it start. And that happened twice where I thought that it didn't even start, but it was actually already done, and I never even heard it. Especially because, you know, I listen when I'm in here working and I'm not necessarily recording. I listen to like a podcast or true crime or something. So especially with my iPad or my TV going, I didn't hear anything. It is so quiet. Okay, so that is done. I don't want to move the camera, so I'm gonna try to weed it over here so you guys can see. When I did the other shirt like this, um, the calibration to me could have been better. But let me see. Mm-mm. Y'all, that did not cut through anything. Hold on. You don't have to redo that. Hopefully. I mean, it didn't even cut through, so it's not like it's gonna mess up the cut. It didn't cut anything. Let's try that again. Printable heat transfer. I'm gonna put it on printable heat transfer. It did look like it was cutting. I don't. It didn't cut nothing. Mm-mm. No, I didn't cut nothing. I just tried a different setting. So the first one I did was. I don't even remember what the first one I did was. But this one that is on right now is printable heat transfer vinyl under the other tab because it's the Siser Easy Color DTV. So let me see. Um, no, this is not cutting right at all. Like, it's completely not calibrated. Mm-mm. See, look, it's not even calibrated. It cut through the Spider-Man, which is crazy because, y'all, I was literally late because I was making sure that it was calibrated. Like, this is the first shirt I did. This is why I was late. So I already did this. Why do I have to do this again? Now I'm gonna have to reprint it. And it did give me a prompt to calibrate it, but I thought, I skipped it because I already calibrated it. I didn't think I needed to do it again. So now I'm wondering, do you have to calibrate your machine every time you do a printer cut job? I surely hope not. Okay. I just reprinted. Let's do material. So the printable heat transfer was cutting through, so I'll do that one again. And now, again, I'm trying to send it to the cutter, and it's prompting me to do another calibration. So I'm going to go ahead and do a calibration. Let me add you guys. Let me share my screen, because you might as well watch me calibrate it since I have to do it, even though I did it already. Okay, so I selected to do the calibration. I have the LokLik iCraft. So I'm going to select next. I'm doing the print and cut function. I'm going to select next again. This is my cutting machine. It's already Bluetooth connected. I'm going to select next again. And confirming the device, that is the one that I have, I'm going to select next. Now, let me put in some paper. I'm going to go ahead and print this out. No, I didn't cut the machine off. I had the previous version of the LokLik and I never could get the print and cut to work right. Dang, that's disheartening. Okay, so I'm adding my paper. And I'm going to select next. I just loaded it and I'm going to select cut. And then I'm going to remove this one so you guys can see it cut. I hope every time you have a print and cut project, that's not something that you would have to do. This is just really time consuming. Is reading the registration marks now? And now it's cutting on the lines. It's calibrating basically the same way the Cricut machine does. Angela, for my regular ink, I use the ink that came with the printer. So my Epson Workforce 7710 takes the 252 ink, which is this one right here. It's a standard Epson ink cartridge, the 252. I buy this from Office Max, Amazon, Target. I think Walmart might sell them too. That's what I use in my inkjet printer. And then for my sublimation printer, I use Hippo ink. Right, that's what I'm saying, Kelly. Like I cut it. I calibrated it already, and I cut this already. Now, it didn't calibrate perfectly to me. So this is what I was doing right before the live. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a white outline, like here, just a smidge. It's not terrible. And actually on this red shirt, I think it actually turned out okay. Like the little white kind of gives it a little bit of contrast because there's red, you know, here and on the hearts and things like that. So I really wasn't too bothered. But I never turned the machine off or exited out of the software. So why do I have to calibrate this again? Okay, so let me share my screen again so you guys can see what I have to do next. I have to take the paper out of the machine. And then it is telling me for the A, B, C, and D, you have to choose which line. And let me make this bigger. How do I switch? I never know how to switch this. Okay, you have to choose which line on here is centered. So you have 0 through 10, and then you have 0 through -10. And you have to choose the line that cut the best and input it in the computer. So we have A, B, C, and D. So that's what I'm going to do now. So for A, I'm looking at the cut lines. And I would say 1 cut the best. So I'm going to input 1. Now I'm looking on B, and I would say, again, 1 cut the best on B. On C, I would say 0 cut the best. So I'm going to leave it on 0. And then for D, I would say 1 cut the best. Let me double check C. It really could be 0 or 1. No, it really could be 0. Yeah, it could be 0 or 1. So I'm going to put 1 so that maybe they can all be equal. Because I know last time it wasn't, and maybe that's why I ended up with that white outline. Okay. So now I'm going to take this paper off my cutting mats. Yo, I forgot to put my I forgot to change the settings on this, so this is actually not as vibrant as the other one, but that's okay. It's going on a white shirt, so I think it'll be fine. All right, let's try this again. You do have to manually mirror it, but because I'm doing a printing cut where I'm just picking it up and putting it back down, and we're not doing sublimation where you flip it over, you don't mirror this product. All right, let me see. No, this is not cutting right. No, this is not cutting right at all. Yeah, I'm not doing this a third time. It's not gonna happen. Which is so weird because I was literally late doing this and it turned out right, and now it's not. Look how it's cutting. Yep, nope. Not sure what's going on with that, but no ma'am. I'm not gonna keep wasting my materials. Well, I will show you the first shirt I did. For whatever reason, this one came out okay, but and y'all just saw me calibrate it, and now it's not accurate, so I don't know. But this was the first one I did, which was the same image, so at least, you know, I was able to make him this shirt. He can still wear a shirt. And this, and see, do y'all see how this is a youth small? And I want that image to be bigger, but this was the biggest I could get it. So even on a youth small, it still looks really small. So yeah, the print and cut size, it's not big enough at all. The print and cut feature seems to not want to cooperate. So we're gonna cut the vinyl. Okay. I'm gonna start off with my outline, which is going to be black Siser glitter. Now this, for this file, for this layer, it's gonna cut pretty much the whole in here. So I'm not wasting too much material on the black. It's only like the pink and the red puff. And then this is already mirrored. Because this is HTV, you do want to mirror this, and you do have to manually check that mirror button that I showed you guys when we were looking at it. They definitely do act up when you're live. Every single time. Like, when it was me and you wanted to cut right. But now, all of a sudden, you don't. Alright, so I'm going to turn off my Htvront press because this shirt is going to have puff. And I'm going to turn on my Romeo. And the file I'm about to do, I did do it on a shirt already for TikTok. This is how it turned out. Y'all, I loved it. Okay, it cut the vinyl perfectly. And look at this puff. Look at this puff. This is the Siser puff. You guys, I'm like really falling in love with the Siser puff. A lot. So this is the one I made for myself. I'm going to keep this one. But I'm making the exact same shirt. And then I'm going to give this one away. And we do have to press our... Oh, you know what? We have to press our bling still. And I'm going to give that one away too. I'm going to get another mat. And I'm going to put another color on here so that it's ready to cut right when it comes out. Just try to save on some time. Now it is louder when it's cutting vinyl, and I think that might be because this is glitter, and you know, it has a rougher texture to it. Because it's definitely louder when it's cutting vinyl. Well, what y'all think so far? In my opinion, if I needed another cutter, like if you work with a lot of vinyl and you need another cutter, like let's say you're doing vinyl shirts, like you have an order, right, of, I don't know, some vinyl shirts, multiple vinyl shirts, and you got your Cricut cutting out something and you just want to have another cutter going with some vinyl, I do think that this is a good machine for the price point, especially with my discount. Some of the other features, like the print and cut feature, it needs some work for sure. The printing capability, it's giving very old Cricut, and that was a major issue why a lot of people were switching from Cricut, was because you couldn't print big, and then they did add that feature to where I know you can print bigger now, but that's fairly new. That feature is fairly newer, like within the last couple of years. I know when I first had my Cricut, that was not available. It wasn't available until a couple of years after I had started crafting. But that's definitely a deal breaker for me, for sure. Just because, like I said, I do a lot of medium, large, extra large, 1X shirts. I need to be able to do large print and cut. Like, I need to. It's imperative. But with you know, a little bit of work, I do think that the machine has potential. I agree, Mommy. I may give this away too. Especially when I move to my sheet shed. I don't think it's gonna make it to the sheet shed, y'all. I don't think it's gonna make it. There's a lot of stuff I have to give away and throw away. But I do like, I do like Htvront. So when they asked me to test it out, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a try because I really like the Htvront presses. Um, and I like their vinyl too. Their vinyl isn't bad at all. So I definitely was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll try it out. Um, it's very, very beginner friendly. Like very embryo beginner. Okay. Embryo beginner, and you ain't really selling too much. I'm just weeding out this black. I'm about to put in another color. I'm about to put in pink. Take out this red. Hey Kay, I am making a couple of shirts. Well, 2 now. It was 3, but LokLik cutting up a little bit, so we're down to 2. Okay, so this is the part that I was talking about because I'm about to cut out the word you, and it's gonna cut. So here's my mat, right? Now, normally on some of my other cutting machines, my Cricut, my Siser, I would be able to take the word you and put it up here in the corner or over here in the corner up here to make sure that it's cutting up here at the top, and I'm not wasting no material. When I pull up for it to cut, I can't see the mat. I can't see where the word you is on the mat to be able to even try to line it up down here because there's no option for you to look at the mat or where it is placed on the mat. So it's almost like you're kind of trying to guess, and I don't want to do that because I'll waste material doing that as well. So I have to put it kind of up here at the top, but you is going to cut down like right here, which means all of this material right here. I mean, I can cut it off and it can be a scrap piece of paper, like scrap piece of vinyl. I don't have to throw it away, but I mean, that's a big piece of vinyl. That's another thing I don't like. I don't have the option to view the mat once I'm in this cut setting to see where to line my vinyl up on the mat to make sure I'm not wasting material. And then even on this red, I'm going to show you guys the way I would have did this on another machine versus how it forced me to do it on this one. I'm just trying to roll up my vinyl as I'm going so I don't. Y'all, every Monday night when I get off a live, I do not clean up. I close out the live, I grab my coat, and I run up out of here. I do not clean up. I'm trying to clean up as I go. But look, can you guys see? It cut the word you right here. So all this material right here, there's nothing on it. Now I'm going to cut it right here, and then this is just going to be a scrap piece of vinyl, but it cut it right here in the middle of the mat. And I don't even have the option to move it somewhere else. So definitely do not like that. Diamond, is not that nobody was interested in the suggestion. The blade going deeper had nothing to do with the cut being uncalibrated. The blade depth was fine. It was cutting through the paper. It wasn't cutting through in the correct spot. Where is my? Where's that piece of tape? Okay. So see what I'm saying? That's where it cut the word "you," and this was all the material I had to cut off to get to it. I got one more thing to cut, but let me weed out this red so you guys can see this as well, because this is another thing that you know, just to kind of save more material that I would do differently. Red is a little crunchy. This one isn't this issue I'm about to tell you guys about, it's not, you know, this isn't a super deal breaker, but I mean, it's just kind of going back to the point of I don't like not being able to place my cut files on the mat, you know, where I want them to be. Because for this Love More section, y'all, my final is stale. I don't even know if that's the right word, but that's what I call it when it gets like crunchy like this. I know if I place it up under the heat for a second, it'll come off better, but I'm basically done now. Okay, so on this piece, now this isn't that bad, but you know, in my other machines, I would have scooted this part up closer to this part and just cut it so that the vinyl that, you know, in here, I would have been able to save that. Again, it doesn't give you the option. So like you don't have the option to save your vinyl with this machine. Rosalie, yes, we are in real time. Just country girl, that makes sense. It does. So my heat in here, because I'm not at home. Um, they tend to cut my heat. Like it's on a timer. So when I'm not here, or like at nighttime, like it started getting cold in here about an hour ago. It is kind of chilly in here because it's on a timer. So it's not too cold because my heat press is on. But if I'm not out of here by like 10 o'clock, it's gonna go down to like 60 degrees, 62 degrees. So that definitely makes sense that my vinyl gets crunchy because of that, because the heat goes down when I'm not here. Yeah, I'm definitely saving the scraps. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm just weeding my vinyl. This is why I like to always have my vinyl kind of already cut by the time I get on live, because this part does take some time. It's just that, you know, this time I needed to cut it on live with you guys so you guys could see it. But I got one more piece of vinyl to cut, which is the puff, the 2 hearts. It's literally gonna cut in like 2 seconds. Y'all, I'm about to see if I have a piece of vinyl, cause this puff vinyl, y'all, I do not want to waste my vinyl, and it's gonna cut low, and I don't. Okay, so look, this is what I'm about to do to try to shoot it, because I don't want to waste a big old piece of my puff vinyl. This is the outline, right? The part that I'm about to cut right now goes inside these hearts right here. So what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna try to do, is I'm gonna line this up. And I'm gonna measure. This is lining up, I would say, at, like, if I put it on here, this is where, I'm assuming this is where it's gonna cut. So I'm gonna put my vinyl right here at 5. Now I think this should work. Let's see. It's either gonna work or I'm gonna just waste vinyl doing it. Look at that. That works. It cut right here. So I didn't waste a whole lot of vinyl. I shouldn't have to do that though. I should have the option. Yeah. I don't like the guessing either. There's definitely definitely. I'm gonna keep playing around with it, and like I said, I'm also gonna talk to my Htvront lady, my connect, and see if maybe there's some um hacks, like system hacks. I'm gonna bring you guys over here to the heat press. Sorry, it's a little shaky, but I'm gonna bring you guys over to the heat press so we can start pressing. But I'm gonna talk to my little HTV lady, and see if maybe there's some software hacks that or tips she can give me to try to combat some of these issues. Or if they're doing some system updates, or I don't know, something. Alright. There's a couple more pieces of vinyl I have to weed out, and then we can start pressing. I'm trying to look at the chat. And this one? No, I haven't weeded none of the inside yet. That's what I'm doing now. I only took off the outline of it. Now I gotta weed the inside of the letters. We're talking about the other one. Oh, the E on the other one. Yep, I gotta get the E on the other one too. You know what I'm investing in? And I've seen other people have it. Trash cans. Like the cans that you take to the curb. I need one of those in my office. The amount of trash I generate in here is crazy. On the red? Yeah, I see it. The inside of the E on the red. I gotta weed the hearts too. But again, yeah, they got a couple little kinks they gotta work out. I think that it has potential for sure if it, if they just work out some of those, like the deal breaker type of kinks. So the print and cut and the not being able to place your vinyl on the mat or even see the mat and where it cuts and things like that. Though for me, those are deal breakers. But I still stand by the presses, both of them, the 1 and the 2. Okay, we are ready to press. This, I'm going to give this one away too. So both of the shirts I'm about to press, I'm going to give away. This is a Gildan heavy cotton. It's a size large. It's like a heather red. So like the one I'm wearing is a flat red. this is kind of like that heather red. So it's got a little bit of black mixed in. So it's not just straight red. Now, y'all know I can't line up over here. Let me go over here first. Y'all know I can't line up on the hip press. I think that's just one thing I will never be able to do is properly align it. The first layer, I always have to, you know, when I'm giving away something or selling it, I have to put it on my table. Okay, this is on 280. I'm going to press it for 15 seconds. This first layer is going to get multiple presses, so it's okay that it's not on like 315 or 350, whatever it's supposed to be, because it is going to get multiple presses. But I have it on 280 for the puff. Now, because it made me cut it the way it made me cut it, I don't have to trim it. It should just line up on my shirt, right? But, you know, I don't care about piecing together my design if it means that I'm not wasting vinyl. You know, I want the option. But it does line up perfectly. I just gotta okay. Same thing, 280 for 15 seconds. Did you forget to weed the bottom of the Y? No, I weeded it. I believe I did. Hey, everybody popping in. Hey, D. Smith. No, I weeded it. It's a very small sliver on the Y. That little sliver piece, I weeded it. It's just real small. Okay, now we are doing the pink layer. Y'all, this pink on this red looks really, really good. And then for the puff, I am going to add my pressing pillow. And I'm using the Siser Easy Puff. You guys, I've been really liking the Siser brand. I need to get some more colors because I don't have a whole lot of colors in the Siser brand. I have a whole lot in the Atlanta Vinyl brand. But y'all, there was a piece of pink vinyl right here. I'm gonna have to get my small easy press to get that off. I'm gonna have to show y'all how to remove vinyl, but I got a little small easy press. I can get that off. But it must have been a little extra piece of pink glitter on the carrier sheet. Oh, I gotta add my pressing pillow. And I'm going to move this part that I'm pressing with the puff towards the middle of the plate. The middle of the plate has the best temperature, the most accurate temperature, as well as the most accurate pressure. The pressing pillow is to add the firm pressure that we need. Siser does need that firm pressure, and I'm going to knock this down to 8 seconds. Now I use the pressing pillow because I don't like adjusting my little knob up there. But if you want to adjust yours, you can. Oh, can y'all see the puff from there? Can y'all see this puff from there? Siser been doing it for me lately. Siser has been doing it for me lately. Look at this puff. Come on, Siser. One press, smooth. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. So this little piece of pink vinyl right there, that little sliver. When I'm done pressing the bling, I'm gonna grab my small easy press, my handheld, and if I just put it on the inside of the shirt right there where that is, it'll peel right off. So I'm gonna do that before we get off a live. But now, we're gonna do the, oh, this is the wrong shirt. Okay, this the bling shirt we are about to press. This is a Gildan large, and it's going on a black shirt. I'm gonna do a quick pre-press, and then I gotta line it up on my table. The pre-press for the I didn't do a pre-press for the vinyl, but I mean technically you should. But I am doing a pre-press for the bling because moisture when you're doing bling can mess with the adhesive, and you don't want that. So let me go over here. I just lost like 3 stones. Let me go over here and line this up and get some stones because I just lost like 3 of them. All right, I'm gonna press this first, and then wherever I'm missing stones, I'm just gonna add them after I press, because I'll be able to see it better. I know I'm missing one. I know I'm missing. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4 on the H. You know what? I didn't even cut this up. This is supposed to be on 350 for 12 seconds. All right, so while I'm letting that heat up, I'm going to go ahead and place my stones in here. Might as well. One of my biggest things with bling is I do not know how to let some KTM mask go. This piece of KTM mask is not sticky, and that's why my stones just went to flying. I'm about to throw it away now, but I'm hard headed. Like something gotta happen for me to decide to throw away a piece of KTM mask. And then I'm missing some over here on the tea. Y'all, it's been 2 hours. My lips feeling crusty. I really cannot believe this machine didn't cut that print and cut image. Like, it cut it fine, and then it literally didn't cut it at all. Okay. I think that looks good. If I'm missing another stone somewhere, I'll see it after I press, but I don't think I am. I'm on 311. I'm gonna let it get a little bit hotter before I start pressing. Yeah, it is a big old long piece of hair on here. Okay. I think that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm at 330 and start pressing. This layer is gonna be pressed a couple more times, so it's fine that it's not all the way on 350 yet, because it's gonna get pressed 3 more times. There goes one that was flipped over. So I'm probably gonna have to add one more somewhere. I'm about to throw this piece up. I'm gonna stress me out ever again. Okay, and this is the word sweet and beauty berry. Oh, this is so pretty. Make sure there's no overlapping stones when you're layering. You want to try to make sure that your inside stones are not overlapping with the outline. Yeah, I think I'm about to break out in hives again. I can feel it. This was one of my first favorites. It was one of the first stones I think I bought in the buy-in. And it was like I was on Violet Volcano real bad when I first got it. I used Violet Volcano in everything. Oh, this is so cute. I don't know if I want to give this away. This is so cute. I'm going to give it away and then I'm going to turn around and make one for me. Where my scissors at? I'm doing the most. Where are my scissors? Where are my scissors? And this is the icy candy apple. Oh my gosh, on this black looks so good. Y'all, my iPad's on 5%, so I need to hurry up. I won't lose, y'all, because my laptop is still on. I'll just lose the iPad. I thought I saw a stone missing somewhere. I thought a stone was missing in here, but now I don't see it. Oh, right here. There was one missing right there. And there's one silver missing on the T. And one of the beauty berries was flipped over. Oh. Trying to save and hold on to that KTM mask. I'm going to start using new KTM masks more often. Okay. I'm going to give it one more press to adhere those stones I just put on there. Quick press, 12 seconds. It's going to solidify everything. Make sure those last couple of stones I just hand placed are on there, and then it's done. And then I still have to remove that little piece of vinyl off that other shirt and do the giveaway for both of these. Y'all, this looks so good. This looks so good. We got icy crystal on the outline. We got icy candy apple, violet volcano, and beauty berry. I'm gonna show you guys over at the laptop too because the lighting is better over there. But we about to go sit down. Okay. So, you know what I'm gonna do? So I made the exact same shirt twice, and I said I was gonna give it away, but one of these shirts has that little piece of pink on it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just keep that one for myself. So see, it's the exact same shirt. So this was the one I just did, but I have that little sliver of pink on there. I'm just gonna keep this one for myself because I don't care, and I'll put this one in the giveaway. It's the exact same shirt. It just don't have that little pink piece right there, and the puff is puffing. I'm gonna give me some more Siser colors because Siser puff has really been, doing what it needs to do. But this is the first shirt. So we got black glitter on the outline, red glitter on Love and More, pink glitter on You. Oh, this one got a little mess up on it too. It's missing the black piece on the Y. I'll just remove this and give this one away because I think this looks better with the black piece right there. Pink glitter on the U, and then Siser red puff on the hearts. Okay. I did make this file too. I don't have it listed. I think I will list it and put it in the community tab for my members. But the sweetheart file is listed, which is this right here, the star. Look at that. Look at that. Icy crystal on the outline. I see candy apple on the hearts, violet volcano, and beauty berry. And I think it came out. I probably could have went light pink on here instead of the beauty berry, maybe the rose. Is it a light rose? I think I have light rose. Or maybe the strawberry. Either one of those would have looked good too, but I like the beauty berry as well. Okay, I'm going to give away both of these shirts. So let me go ahead and do you guys want to see how I take the vinyl off the shirt? Are you interested in seeing that? Or y'all don't care? Let me get the giveaway set up though. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that on live real quick. So I've had this little bad boy right here for some years. Okay, some years. I actually have I have a video on TikTok using this, taking vinyl off, that did almost 1 million views on TikTok. It's at like 880,000. I got a short on YouTube that has like 500,000 views doing exactly what I'm about to do right now, which is taking the vinyl off the shirt, and I used this. Maker's Gonna Learn put my TikTok in one of their videos. Maker's Gonna Learn did it. There was a couple of crafters. You know how some people will make a video and say, oh, I saw this on TikTok. Does it work? They've taken my video and done videos based off of my TikTok. Maker's Gonna Learn did it a couple years ago. Okay. And then I just turn it on the highest setting, and I'm going to let that heat up. Yeah, this is definitely like, I never use this to press anything. I use this to fix stuff. I use this to fix mistakes. Like, I don't ever press anything. Like, the only thing I would maybe press with this is like maybe a neckline, like if I was putting sizes and stuff here, like my own branded labels here, maybe I would use this. I don't know. But for the most part, I don't ever press nothing with this. I use it. It's a corrector. If I mess something up and I'm not trying to remake it, I'm pulling this bad boy out and it fixes it every time. And I'm not letting this go. I'm never getting rid of this little Cricut press. Ever, ever, ever. When I mess something up, it's the first thing I go to. Yep, it takes off stones. It takes off vinyl. It takes off transfer paper. Now, depending on what you pressed, how you pressed it, your time and temperature, you may still get some adhesive left, possibly. But there's hacks for that too. I'm just waiting for this to heat up. It's going to turn green. It's red right now. It's going to turn green when it's ready. There it is. Okay. So here's the little extra piece of vinyl right here that I missed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this press where this plate is. It's nice and hot. I'm putting it inside the shirt, right where that piece of vinyl is, and it's going to heat up. I don't know if you can see the shirt starting to discolor, and it comes right off. See that? The vinyl came right off. Now, it did leave a little piece of adhesive right here. So, to get that off, the first thing you can try is taking some transfer tape. Sometimes parchment paper, nothing that will like get linty, like paper towel. The paper towel will just turn into a big old lint ball. Something that will not like lint up on you. We're going to put the heat back on that piece. And we're going to take the sticky side and try to pull that adhesive off. Sometimes it does it. Sometimes you have to get like parchment paper. I may have to get some parchment paper because it's not coming off all the way. Just picked it up a little bit. And then I'm going to take the heat off because I don't want to loosen up the vinyl that's around it too much. No, I've never tried the Goop Be Gone, not on stuff that I'm selling, just because I don't want to have anybody have any issues in terms of, like I would try it on something I was wearing, but I just want to feel comfortable putting it on a garment and then giving it to somebody else, just because I don't know other people's allergies and skin and things like that. I don't, I try to refrain from putting, I'm already pressing and all those things. So like even those bleach shirts, I've done them a couple times, but I'm too scared to actually sell stuff like that. Like, people have allergies and, skin issues, and I don't have time for anybody to, have any breakouts or anything like that. This is parchment paper, and I'm just using the heat in the parchment paper to get it off, that adhesive. And there we go. I didn't have to put any chemicals on the shirt. Now that was like a little small piece, so it wasn't too bad. But for like, if you had to do like the whole shirt over, it might get, if I messed up a whole shirt, then I'm not doing that for a whole shirt. Only if it's something small, like a little piece. Okay. And anything that may still be residual or be able to see will probably come out when they wash it as well. Okay. But that's how I do that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I got the giveaway set up. So the first one is going to be for the love shirt. If you win the love shirt, you cannot also win the rhinestone shirt. So we're going to do 2 separate winners. And you have to be in the US. I have the Htvront word. Okay. Yep, I did that when I think I messed up one of my kids' shirts or something. All right, let me pull up the giveaway page. But again, yes, you have to be in the US, and if you win the first shirt, you cannot win the second shirt. You can't win both. Okay, and the word is love. The love you more. It might have been a No, I added the out. So I think this was a Creative Fabrica, and then I added the outline, and I added. I think I added the hearts. But the basic love you more is on there. So the word is love. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Present, share screen. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. If you are behind, try to make sure you refresh. All right, I'm going to go ahead and press draw. Good luck, everybody. Monique Johnson. Look at you, girl. Uh-oh. Why will my stop working? There we go. Let me go ahead and put my email. I know she's here. I just saw her comment. Let me go ahead and put my email on the screen. Send me an email with your address, your mailing address. And then let me get it set up for the second one. What was that? Oh, that was Facebook. Y'all, Facebook paid me $20. Okay. Let me go ahead and set this up for the other one. Live stream. Okay, the word for the second one, which this is going to be the rhinestone shirt, is sweet. Hey, everybody popping in. You guys, make sure you refresh. Refresh. I'll give you guys like a couple minutes to try to refresh. Every time I'm on live between my husband and kids, when I look at my text messages, there's at least 10 messages. Like, why are y'all texting me so many messages while I'm live? It's so crazy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and press draw. Good luck, everybody. Daisy, congratulations. Let me know that you're still here so that I can make sure that you got the email address. Okay, great. All right, so you guys email me your mailing addresses. I will get these out by the end of this week. I'm going out of town on Friday. I will be back though for my live, so I do still plan to go live. You guys, I'm making those jumbo treat cards. I'm gonna make one for CJ's teacher, and I'm going to make one for. I'll probably make some for my kids, but I definitely wanted to make one for my son's teacher. I was supposed to make her something for Christmas, and I forgot, and I kind of felt bad because then she posted pictures in the class dojo where somebody else had got her a gift, and I was like, dang it. But I do want to give her, I do want to make one of those jumbo treat cards for CJ to take to his teacher. So I'm going to make a couple of those. I'm really excited. It looks like a kind of cool project, and I got all the materials. I'll probably do like a pre-recorded video, and then I'm also going to do that on the live next week. But yeah, I do plan on, even though I'll be out of town Friday to Monday morning, we are driving to Toronto. We're going to take the kids to Toronto. It's about a 4-hour drive from me. So we're going to drive up there Friday evening. They got like a bubble museum, a couple little things, some restaurants we wanted to try, and then we'll drive back Monday morning. So should have plenty enough time for me to go live. My card is going to be probably 11 by 17 or 10 by 15, 14, something like that. Somewhere in that 10 to 16, 11 by 17 range. It's going to be bigger than 8.5 by 11. But the paper that I have is 11 by 17. So somewhere it's going to be bigger. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching tonight. I know I've been on here for a minute, 2.5 hours. It's kind of long for me. I'm normally right at the 2-hour mark, but I appreciate you guys for sticking it out with me. You guys have a good night. Have a great week, and I will see y'all next Monday. Good night.